Let's talk. Okay, let's talk before the breaking news happens. So we'll be breaking it here. Cool, what's going on? Let's talk. Oh fuck, it's an echo. Let's make sure we got. It's all there. Just wipe this foam off. I believe it to be super dirty. Don't know how dirty, but you know, clean freak. Okay. We probably won't be having a Sunday show next Sunday, and there shouldn't be any streams on Saturday. So from work, I'm gonna go to my mom's house and spend some time with her. She's still in the house resting, healing up. So I'm gonna be doing that next Saturday and Sunday. And then, you know, after that, still gotta come home on Sunday, prepare for work next week, for Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, obviously, is State of Play. We will be streaming. We will be streaming live. We'll probably go live at 4 or 4:30 so that we can be ready by 5 o'clock, and we will cover it in great lengths. Right? We will have a very lengthy stream. Thursday will be a news and updates. It will probably be a news and updates stream to talk about. Well, actually, I don't know if we're going to do a news and update because Jeff Keighley's event is Thursday, and I am off on that Thursday. So we'll be covering Jeff Keighley's event on Thursday. Damn, it's a lot. It's so much to cover. So after work, I cover State of Play on its day, and then Thursday I'm off of work, but I have to cover Jeff Keighley's event. So we'll be covering 2 events that same week, and then that Sunday I don't think I'll be off of work, but depending on what time I get home, I'll try to cover it. Oh, it's so much. It's so many streams. And then there is a showcase the day before the PlayStation showcase. I think it's the Insider Gaming, or it could be this week. I don't know. All I know is that and I had noticed this. What's going on, Verge? I had noticed this actually this weekend, yesterday. There are tons of leaks for the toys related to the Spider-Man movie. Now, the Spider-Man movie is coming out in July. It is May 24th, so tomorrow will be the 25th. As you guys know, June 1st will fall literally on a Monday. So I would expect that Spider-Man or whatever people are talking about is about to pop off tomorrow. That is going to be related to the Spider-Man movie. So, don't sleep on Sony when it comes to Marvel. Yes, we have Wolverine, and yes, Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales has been out for years, but you can still sell that. That game, whether you believe they're getting profits from it or not, you're still making money because people want to buy a console that plays that. You're not playing Spider-Man on Xbox. You're not playing Spider-Man on the Nintendo Switch 2. And from the PC version that already has access to it, no one's buying a PC to play Spider-Man 2. Nobody's playing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 1 on PC. The sales numbers for both of those games are low. So it stands to reason that once the movie is in marketing machine mode, what that means is that you're going to see people have a third game that they want to buy a PlayStation 5 for. So the one of the major games this year is Grand Theft Auto, which we have a nice slideshow of all 70 promotional images. I have all 70 high quality promotional images from Grand Theft Auto, pretty much how we covered Helldivers 2, which I always believed was going to be a massive game. And I covered Helldivers 2 like a madman before it caught fire. This game is going to be crazy, but the whole world knows that. But I will be doing my best to cover it in my way. Not going to go crazy. We're not going to go off of all rumors and leaks and shit like that. But again, for a while now, since last year, Rockstar had these 70 promotional images. I had a few of them, but I got all 70 downloaded, and all of them are in a slideshow format. So we will be looking at some of these images. Well, we're looking at it in the Let's Talk, but I'll be moving on over to the big screen, and I'll set it up over there on a full screen. So I'll be doing that. Now, I was testing out this one logo that I made for Let's Talk, but I feel like it wasn't the best. So what I'm going to try to do is to make a better logo, not today, but I will make a better logo another time. So we will stick with our original blue logo. Now, again, this is a stand-in for the Sunday show, but not major. We covered a lot. I was watching this reaction video. We covered a lot. I'm also wanted to talk to you guys about I have a select amount of content creators that I watch that are in the streaming variety from Twitch. People like Senna, Agent, Extra Emily, Nick, and Cassie, and Arthur, and Julia, right? So I watch those guys. They're pretty big on their platform of choice, which is Twitch. I see their shorts and stuff all over YouTube and on my TikTok, so it's dope. Long story short, I did notice that Valkyrie, which is associated with these guys, she started playing God of War. She started with God of War 1, 2, and 3. I think she just got over. She may have gotten over to God of War Ascensions, or she may be on God of War 2018. But it does look like she's going through all of it. I also know that Moist Critical has been playing through a lot of games. Moist Critical. So I know that he's been playing through. Let's see, what has he been playing through? There we go. He was playing Sly Cooper 4 randomly, just out of nowhere 2 days ago. He played through the whole game for 9 hours. And then he had a nice run for Astrobot. Hold on. Look, there's a Sly Cooper 3 right there, just randomly for 2 weeks ago. So he did the full game again, Astrobot, 2 weeks ago. Now, maybe I would have said that maybe Astrobot had him getting nostalgic about Sly, but he started playing Sly Cooper 3 before he played Astrobot, and then he played it. Wait up. I guess he played more of 3 after Astrobot, right? He did play Sorrows. He played the whole game all the way through, 10 hours. He did well. There was 2 other streams that it looks like we have for Sorrows. It's weird. It's kind of weird. I know he's very, very PC centric, but I do know he has a PlayStation. Obviously that will be the platform he'll be playing Grand Theft Auto on. That's just pretty obvious. Other major massive streamers are going to be playing Grand Theft Auto on a PlayStation. I would assume that Osmond Gold would be playing, Grand Theft Auto on a PlayStation. Why? Because of that game right there. That Wolverine adds that I have to, or might as well, buy Grand Theft Auto on this platform because I'm already here. I'm already playing Wolverine here. so I might as well buy it here, and play it here. So that is exclusivity. That's how you lock a customer in to your ecosystem and get them invested in your ecosystem. You have an exclusive, but you also have a partnership with a massive third-party publisher like Rockstar, where you're going to be having the marketing rights, obviously, right? We're not even talking about bundles and everything else, but some of the most popular streamers, some of the most popular basketball players, some of the most popular football players and baseball players, hockey players, and anybody that plays sports, or anybody that's in acting, they know PlayStation. They know Grand Theft, and when they think of Grand Theft, they associate it with PlayStation. When they think of PlayStation, they do have memories of playing Grand Theft Auto. Since, again, if you know the history, Grand Theft Auto 3 was on the Grand Theft Auto 3 was on PS2 exclusively for a very long time before it went over to PC and eventually went over to Xbox. Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 were exclusive to PC and PlayStation. But again, Grand Theft Auto made its name with PlayStation, not PC. First time most people played Grand Theft was on a PlayStation 2. Same thing could be said for Vice City as well as San Andreas. You think of those games, you think of the PlayStation 2. If you're a much younger gamer, you don't really count. But the majority of gamers, when these games came out that I just talked about, you played it on PlayStation 2. You played it on PlayStation, or knew of it for PlayStation 1. But Grand Theft Auto 3 is what really popped off the series. So it's a strategic game that PlayStation is playing, and I just want to see if we can get this one of these slideshows out here so that we don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's called GTA 6 Slideshow 2026. So again, this slideshow you will see, and it does have all 70 high quality promotional images. So if you wanted to know, hey Jay, well, are these good qualities? It is me you're talking about. I don't like to put horrible, blurry ass, pixelated quality images. If I can fucking help it. I do not like doing that. So that won't be happening. Not here. Let me go see where I can put it at properly. I want to put it somewhere. That'll work. Now again, these were the promotional images that were released, if I'm not mistaken, after the second trailer. Because we saw some characters in the first trailer, but I do believe a lot of them look better in the second trailer. This is the game we're going to be getting, most likely, of this quality. Again, if they're working with Sony, which they should, with PSSR 2.0 and the greatness that it has done for games, massive games like Crimson Desert, it's going to be a no-brainer that a lot of these images look really, really good. These are all glamour shots. I know what glamour shots look like. However, if the game does look like these shots that are glamorous, that's just going to be fucking insane, right? I'm getting 60 frames per second, but I understand that if you're a PC fan, you are running with the narrative that on consoles, you cannot possibly do 60 frames per second. But seeing as though you don't pay attention to how time works, there's been massive amounts of 60 frames per second games, as well as 120 frames per second games over the last 6 years of this generation. Just because you don't know, and just because the content creators that you watch don't tell you about them, does not mean that the platform that I'm playing on is not capable of doing that. So I do believe they're going to be striving for 60 frames per second on the PS5 Pro. I can't tell you what that's going to be like on PS5, but we will see. I don't think that they would go out of their way to be so sloppy and just stick everybody with 30 frames per second when it comes to the game. I don't see that happening. What I do see is that every type of gamer, every type of content creator, every type of athlete or actor, young and old, they will look at this game and they will buy it. This game is set in Vice City, aka Florida. It's just it's perfect. It's perfect. And again, starting your marketing off in summer, knowing how hot it is in Florida, and when I mean hot, I mean like everybody wants to go there. You want to travel there during the summer for Disneyland and everything else. It's just so perfect. Now I wanted to look and see if we have any patterns connected to anything. It looks like the NBA playoffs should be done. They should be done by the time the marketing starts for this game, because this game is going to start in summer. They were very clear about that, so that should be around the 22nd, which is Monday. The 21st is the day that summer officially starts, but that is a Sunday. I don't know if they will start the marketing on a Sunday. If so, we look forward to any sports event that they may want to use. They may not want to go with sports. Again, it is easy to get the word out about this game, so they don't have to go all out and spend tons of money in order to get people to talk about the game. They can spend the minimal amount of money to get people to talk about the game. Everyone is already talking about the game, and there is not a lot of stuff to talk about the game. Again, there are 70 images, most of which the people that make these fake leaks never talk about how amazing these images are, but it is definitely something that people should talk about. It's such a great game. Yeah, I believe there is nothing that can stop this game from looking this good. If you have a PS5 Pro, I think that it will look just as good on PS5. And then when it comes to Xbox, well, I would not recommend you play this game on Xbox, because you're going to be upset. You know, I feel like Xbox Series X, yeah, Xbox Series S, not really. Other developers opted to not put games on Xbox and wait until later until they can get everything ironed out. I don't know what Rockstar is planning on doing when it comes to the weaker Xbox Series S. Do they just let it hang out there and expose Microsoft for the cheap asses that they are? I don't know. Lots of developers have done that, of a higher quality and AAA variety, but we're just going to have to see. What's going on, Lethal? Now, it's 70 images, but I don't think they're flipping through all 70. I think they stopped me at a certain number. Yeah, I don't know. I think they stopped me at a certain number. So, but I'm going to keep loop on and I'm going to keep randomize on. So we'll just get different images. But let's talk about some more stuff real quick. I'm gonna put this in the background right here. One of the things that I want to talk about with you guys is the amount of Xbox fans that are begging for exclusives. Now, I sent something over to True Witty not too long ago, and I feel that it holds true. It was from Mr. Matty Plays. And what he said was, where is that link at? Did I send it to myself? I don't think I sent it to myself. Did I send it to True Witty? Oh, I sent it to the PlayStation Legion. Okay, I was looking for a link. Right here. Not the Jason Schreier link. This one right here. So Mr. Matty Play said that the 12,000 people begging for exclusive to return is such a small number that is not going to justify Microsoft taking that gamble, especially when you can cut that in half, or you want to just say 90% or 80% of these idiots are not going to actually buy the games. They're going to go online and brag about them having exclusives, but they're not going to financially invest in buying the exclusives. I know that a lot of them want to tease PlayStation fans as to the low sales of Soros, but if the sales were good for Forza, they would have came out and confirmed so. My theory still holds because they have not said anything. I don't pay attention to Eleni Analytics. They've been wrong on multiple occasions and never gave any indication that they have any partners in the industry that are worth a damn. So when it comes to Forza and me knowing they gave out a shit ton of fucking free codes, and a lot of Xbox people as well as PC people either, one, on the PC side, pirated the game, which they did 7 days before early access started, and then Xbox people waited until after early access to play it for free through Game Pass at no additional cost. I need to stop saying for free. They played it through Game Pass at no additional cost. So you're not really making money. What you do have is you have a high number concurrent that you can brag about on the Steam database, which we're going to go take a look at. I think it hit 300,000. It still is below Helldivers, which was like a 450,000, something like that. So it still needs to hit that. It did hit that today, though, on Forza Horizon 6. It hit over 300,000 concurrent today for the PC version, of course. But again, if we just go here and we just go take a look at the upvotes, again, 17,000, that is a low number. I like Bloodborne PC port, the original change.org petition had 49,000 signatures. These are people that had to sign in to the website and sometimes post a message or just, sign into the website, put their, all their information to claim that they wanted, that to happen. All you have to do is, again, on here, sign into the website and click up. You don't have to leave a comment. You don't have to do anything extra, right? Again, for minimum effort, we only had 17,000 people so far. And it's slowing down, by the way. By every fucking day, it's slowing down because the maximum amount of people that really all in on Xbox, it's a lot smaller than you guys think. Just because it's a lot of noise over there, Sony has proved this with the PC community, just because there's a lot of people begging for something does not mean it's a lot of people that's passionate enough to dedicate to it. PC fans wanted PlayStation games on their platform of choice. They got those games for a total of 6 years now, and Sony is pulling back because after giving the PC community what they wanted, Sony did not see the financial reasoning behind continuously doing it when the sales started to dry up, which they should never have, since PC fans claimed that is what they wanted. They wanted to be a part of the ecosystem. They wanted to play these games. They wanted to buy these games. Do I know it was bullshit? Yes. But finally, the company, the multi-billion-dollar company, Sony, finally looked at the entire PC community, saw the message boards, saw the Reddit pills, saw them teasing us multiple times, publicly confirming what their entire master plan was to devalue the PlayStation console and make PC the master race. They saw everything. And if you're going to sit up here and claim that they don't look on the internet for feedback, that defeats the whole purpose of what Microsoft just did with this message board. So please do not be under the impression that these companies did not pay attention to what the fuck we say, because more so than ever, they do respond. Big shout out to the PC community for being so fucking stupid, for telling that company everything that I've told the company before that you guys were about. Thank you for outing yourself. Thank you for being so cocky to literally tell PlayStation exactly what you are and show them who you are. Because if it wasn't for you being cocky and doing that for the last 5 years, they would have never had enough evidence to pull the fuck back like they are right now. So shout out to the stupid ass PC community. You guys are the dumbest ones in the fucking community. Truly are. And worthless. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, if you're listening to this, and I know you're annoyed and I know you're pissed off because you're a low-level PC fan, upgrade your PC. You're holding us back. Like, the low-level PC fans, they are on a higher level than Nintendo Switch 2. Now, let me explain what I mean. There are more lower-level PC fans than Nintendo Switch 2 owners because there's so many of them, right? They refuse to upgrade, and I'm talking about the entire PC. Obviously, they don't want to get the newest, latest and greatest graphics card, but they need to. They need to. I talk to you guys about this a lot, right? Everybody in the chat, you know I've been doing research for the last 3 months about the percentage of how many powerful PCs are compared to PS5 Pro, and we got really crazy numbers, right? These numbers were so crazy that I was like, bro, I had to recheck it multiple times. It was almost 10 times. I did 4 more pieces of research on those percentages, 2 this week and 2 today, and it still came up to 3 to 4% of gaming PCs, especially in the United States, that are more powerful than the PS5 Pro, factoring in PSSR 2.0. Why is that important? It's important because Unreal Engine 6 was just shown off today. Unreal Engine 6 was shown off today, with the first game being Rocket League, confirming that Rocket League will be updated with Unreal Engine 6. Now, why is this crazy? Well, we know the first time that Unreal Engine was shown off, it was with the PlayStation 5. It only makes sense that they already are working with Sony with the Unreal Engine 6 as well as the PlayStation 6. This does not need to be confirmed. It's pretty fucking obvious. Sony has invested a ton of money into Epic Games over the last 6 fucking years. So we already know they are very buddy-buddy. Soros is using Unreal Engine 5. Might be like 5.4, 5.6, or 7. I think it's up to 5.7, but I'm not sure which version Soros is using. I did get to an area where I see a lot of blood, and then I moved the camera upwards to see if we had any reflections. We do. Cannot confirm or deny if they're Unreal, but it does seem to be Unreal. We're going to be talking about a little bit of a JTech Foundry game that I fell in love with many, many years ago. We're going to go back and play that today. But let's go I want to go take a look at the trailer, but I don't want to give IGN a view right now. So, because everybody and their mother has already covered it, let's see if I'm subscribed. So you see right here, they're on 5.7 right now. So obviously they were going to go to 6 soon, right? They're already on Unreal Engine 5.7. So I'm trying to see. They don't have it here. What we are interested in is the 17th to the 18th. That is when Epic Games is going to be showing off. That's when Epic Games is going to be showing off their showcase. So I cannot wait until June 16th to the 18th. That's going to be awesome. Obviously, Fortnite is getting updated with Unreal Engine 6. I cannot wait to see what the character model is going to start looking like, how they're going to be transformed and updated. We're going to give IGN a view. I was going to give IGN a view, but I don't think I want to, because IGN did not they didn't upload their video in 4K. And that's one. See, this is one of the reasons why I was not going to go give IGN a review. I did not see that shit in 4K. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to give this person a view. Oh, shit. That's loud. It's loud as fuck. So we're about to go take a look at Unreal Engine 6. Obviously, we're going to be pausing and stuff after we look at the trailer. Right here. Look at the grass strains. Obviously, the cars are already ray traced and shit. One thing I noticed is, you do see paths in the grass normally, but they don't normally stick the way in the textures of how. All of this is in game, by the way. It's not CGI. They confirmed this. This just looks great. Like this right here, I could take a screenshot and use this as a fucking wallpaper because it's that fucking good. Look at that. When I saw those cars, I immediately thought of Need for Speed, and I just cannot wait to see the real next gen Need for Speed. Damn, I miss Need for Speed being good. But obviously it doesn't matter. As soon as Grand Theft Auto comes out, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, so that was from the Game Awards. Shout out to Jeff Keighley for posting. Let me make sure I'm following it. Yeah, for posting that shit at 4K. Because IGN did not. And I was not going to give them a view for watching the video in 1080p. I'm not doing that shit. Shout out to the Game Awards posting that shit. It looks amazing. Right? It looks amazing. Now, you didn't confirm what platform it is. I would assume they probably showed it off on PC, but knowing that they work really close with Sony, and the last time they showed off Unreal Engine 6, they used PlayStation to promote it. I highly doubt that the consoles are not powerful enough to show it off. So I definitely believe the consoles are powerful enough to show it off. At least the PS5 and PS5 Pro. So I believe it'll be scalable on that level. Basically, Unreal Engine 6 is just fixing everything that was wrong with Unreal Engine 5. And that was just the performance. I think there's some flickers when it comes to shadows and stuff like that. Why couldn't they fix it with Unreal Engine 5? I don't know, but I do like Unreal Engine 5 visually. It is probably still one of my favorite visual engines besides Decima. And the only downside to Decima is that it doesn't have ray tracing reflections. If it had ray trace reflections, it would be fucking crazy. Yeah, this shit fucking straight fire. Now, what they showed right here, there was like like a metaverse or some shit going on, like multiverse. There was like Unreal, and then there was like Verse, RocketLeague.com. So, they got all the Fortnite shit, they got the Lego shit. And a lot of people was talking right here about the Disney Castle. Obviously, Disney invested a ton of money in the Epic for Disney, for everything related to Star Wars, Marvel, comic stuff, property. So, that's going to be big. Epic has set themselves up to be a part of our culture, a part of everything for a very long time going forward. I love that, with that, they're upgrading, Rocket League and getting a much needed upgrade. Rocket League never got a Unreal Engine 5 update. So this game would be skipping from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 6. So that's a first. We don't see a lot of games do that. Yeah, Stellar Blade was on Unreal Engine 4. I'm only going to assume that the next Stellar Blade will be Unreal Engine 5, but I hope it's not. I hope it just goes straight to 6. I think that if, you're currently developing your game, Take some additional time and wait for them to give you 6 so that you can update your game with Unreal Engine 6. Just do it. Oh, it uses Unreal Engine 3? Oh, yeah, you might be right. You might be right, because I played that on PS3, right? Yeah, I think Rocket League was available on PS3. I thought I played it on 4. I'm gonna have to look that up. Was it on 3? Was Rocket League on PS3? All I'm saying is, if you're a PC fan, right, it's time for you to upgrade your PC. It's time for you to upgrade your PC. Let's leave it here. You know, like you guys are worse than Nintendo fans. Nintendo fans do what they do for their first party games, right? They really don't care that much about, third party titles. But they did upgrade from Switch to Switch 2. Give them that. PC fans, a lot of you guys have not upgraded your gaming rigs in a longer period of time than the PS5, and also the PlayStation 5 Pro has been out on the market. A lot of you guys are like anywhere past 6 to 12 years old engines. Most of you guys cannot hold a candle to a normal PS5. Like most of you guys can't hold a candle to a PS5 Pro, and it's roughly about 50%. I think it's over that now. They can't hold a candle to a PS5. The weirdest thing about this is that the prices are going up for the latest and greatest graphics cards, and what that means is they're not gonna go down. The closer we get to Grand Theft Auto, more people own a PS5. More people own a PS5 Pro. The percentage is going to go up. There are going to be a higher percentage of people that can outperform a gaming PC the closer we get to Grand Theft Auto 6, because more people will own the console that can play the game the best. It is a conversation that everyone needs to have with their fellow PC fan, that they are not a part of the master race anymore. They just need to stop. They're not the master race. They're not the platform that every major third-party developer strives to make their games look the best on anymore. That is PlayStation. And I know it hurts your feelings, and I know you're searching around to your favorite live streamer and your favorite YouTuber to find some understanding that JTech is wrong, but I'm not. This is information that's readily available on Google and everywhere else. And if you don't want to use Google and you don't want to use everywhere else, then you are still wrong. You cannot pull shit out of your ass and claim that it's facts. If I have to go above and beyond to do my research and get my answers, so do you. I am blocking all PC fans that just come at me on some bullshit. If you guys aren't going to show your work, bro, I don't want to talk to you. I've done many, many years of research to know that you guys were wrong. I did many years of research to know that you guys were not going to support Sony the way that they thought you were. And I presented my research time and time again, year after year, generation after generation. It is unfair that PlayStation gamers have to repeatedly take you idiots to school, and then you, the faceless trolls that you are, come with some weird fucking insults like you're in elementary school. PlayStation consoles will be playing games running with Unreal Engine 6. It will happen. Epic didn't even give you a chance to run around the internet with a false narrative that consoles could not run Unreal Engine 5. And the way they did that was they had Unreal Engine 5 run on the PlayStation 5 first, not on PC. Because the facts are, the majority of the games running on those Unreal Engines, 3 and 4 and now 5, they sell on PlayStation, and they sell much better to an audience that has equal consoles that are on the same powerful level versus the millions of configurations of PCs that are out there, and so many of them are on a lower level than a PS5 Pro. And they knew this. Like, you guys need to upgrade. If you don't, you think I'm saying it, look, you should be thanking me. I'll be telling you guys shit early. If I'm telling you this right now, I think you need to understand that once more people reveal their financials and more data is revealed publicly and is readily spread around the internet, and the closer we get to the state of play, the closer we get to Grand Theft Auto 6, the closer we get to the launch of Wolverine, which you know will have ray tracing, you're just not going to look like that platform anymore. It's just going to be something that is an overwhelming thought in the minds of every gamer. I don't even need a PC this year. Soros, Wolverine, Grand Theft Auto, there are 3 major reasons. And we have not seen the secrets that Sony is ready to share with us from the state of play. There could be 4 additional reasons. There could be 6 additional reasons. It's not looking good for the PC community. I'm being real. You don't have to listen to me. You can hate me, and by that, just ignore any and everything I tell you. That's cool. But everybody's gonna know what I've been saying. And they may not even fucking use my information. It's just that it's going to be coming out. It's just going to be coming out. A lot of you guys have not upgraded in so long that it's now a part of concrete data from the last couple months. I've checked every month over the last 3 months to see if more people are buying high-level graphics cards that can outperform the PS5 Pro. And they said it stalled because the AI data centers are buying them up before you guys. Because you guys have no real ambition to be more powerful than us. Why? Because you believe you can run around and lie to us that you're on or surpassing our level. The reality is now that when individuals like myself and hopefully the other legends that are in the chat right now press the fuck out of the PC fans with gameplay and screenshots on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you can post screenshots or video clips, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, there's so much overwhelming proof that you're not on our level. It's just, bro, you can't pretend anymore. I was on Soros yesterday, and I do apologize for the abruptly ending. My uncle couldn't connect to the phone, and he pulled out the plug to try to restart everything, and it pulled out the fucking internet. So I said, fuck it. So I kept playing because I'm behind a lot of people, obviously. A lot of people have gotten platinum and shit like that. And I wanted to really stream a lot of Soros, but then again, I don't want to spoil anything. But this is on Unreal Engine 5. This is from a smaller team at PlayStation. They're not like the biggest team in the world, but they still use this engine, and it still looks amazing. I said that with an E. It's an amazing game. These are all screenshots from the new part of the story that I got to. So I just want to let you guys know I am playing the game. Behind you guys' back, but I am playing the game. I did get to this one part. You guys know how I like food. And I was like, oh shit, they did really good. I didn't even expect to see any food in the game. I see some nice strawberries there. And it just, this is a great engine. The Unreal Engine 5 is still a great engine, even in the hands of a smaller studio that may not be going all out, but they are doing enough that this just looks amazing. It's a masterpiece visually. Could they do better? I'm pretty sure they could. I'm pretty sure any developer could. But from what I've seen right here, again, it's still one of my favorite engines. Yeah, it really is still one of my favorite engines. Yeah, this part right here was fucking freaky, because what's funny is, looking back at himself from the past or whatever, this looks exactly like the actor. Like, no difference. Like, if you've seen the actor, you would see he looks exactly like all I'm gonna say is that the story is getting deeper, and I'm finding out a little bit more, but I still haven't really clicked. But I think I'm getting the gist of some of the stuff that's going on. But man, is it a fucking beautiful game. I mean, this is not where it really shines. Where it shines is the gameplay. Obviously. That's where the game really shines. Is that gameplay. But then we come back here to Rocket League. This is Unreal Engine 6. Now, how many games with Unreal Engine 5 can easily be upgraded or enhanced with whatever is going on with Unreal Engine 6? I do not know, but they did say that it was simple to migrate games that were being developed on Unreal Engine 4 and migrate them over to Unreal Engine 5. Some developers had problems, and there was obviously some issues, despite if you were migrating or not, with Unreal Engine 5. So I'm hoping that Unreal Engine 6 has no performance problems, or no flickering of shadows or things like that. Those are the only problems I've ever seen or had to experience. On the PS5 Pro, I have not had to deal with a lot of performance problems with not with ray tracing, but with frame rates. Now, ray tracing and shadows, and that's a different thing. This shit just looks, no pun intended, it looks unreal. It truly does. So, what we're looking for Epic to get more details. From what I heard, that we might get some information tomorrow, but I don't know. Don't hold me on that. Take that with a grain of salt. Definitely during their showcase, during the Epic Games Showcase, June 16th to the 18th. That's when we really can expect to see all that they're talking about. Whoever's going to partner up with them and shit like that. It's an excited time to be a gamer. But if you're a PC fan, you know, you have not upgraded in a multitude of years, you better get on it, man. You know, if you don't know what the PC community is dealing with right now, I'll let you know. I'll show it off right here. I'll expose the bullshit that they're dealing with. We're gonna go. Let's see. We're just gonna go to something soft, like the 4080. A lot of you guys always talk about the high ones. You guys have been talking about 4060s and 3060s and shit like that. Those are low. That's not where PS5 Pro is. I think it's 4080 Super, 4080 Ti, or is it a 4070 Ti? Then or 50, is it a 5070 Ti and a 4080 Super? I think those are the ones that are more powerful than the PS5 Pro, and obviously all the other ones higher up there, like 5080, stuff like that, 5090. These are the prices they're paying just for this. You know, there is no PC. There's no monitor. There's no keyboard. There's no mouse. This is just the graphics card. And you build everything else around it. That's what you do. But this is just a graphics card. That's just a 5080. I'm being nice. I go to 5090, you guys look stupid. You look stupid right here. Now remember, the PS5 Pro is $900. You're getting everything. And you're getting a controller. I love how everybody bitches every time the price goes up. But if you really wanted the system, you could have got it when it was cheaper. But you wanted to be a cheap ass and continue waiting, believing it would get lower. But not in this economy. That's nothing under my control or Sony's control. It is how it is. But waiting 6 years into the generation, about to go into the next generation to get a super cheap system, it's a weird thing. I've never thought that was a smart thing. I've never promoted that. I feel like that's stupid. Like, you're jumping in a generation as it dies. I don't get it. You missed everything. Fucking weird. This shit is crazy, bro. Like this one is 1,319. This one's $1,599. $1,355. $1,429. Again, this is a 5080, not a 5090. Let's go to the one that I heard. What is it? A 5080, a 4080 Super. I think that's the one that they said was stronger than the PS5 Pro or PSSR 2.0. So we'll go check that one. There are a lot of them that are just not available. Here we go. So the price didn't change, but the type changed. So this is a 4080. What we were looking at was a 5080. But the price didn't change much. This is $1,400. So a lot of PC fans will say, well, a 4080 Super is still going to surpass the PS5 Pro. Yes, for $1,000, $1,479. And then we keep going down. We're going to still see a lot of them in that price point. Why? Well, again, the data centers, right? They jacked up the price. So a lot of them make it seem that, oh, well, the older cards are more powerful. Yes, look how expensive they are. It's more expensive than a PS5 Pro. Remember, a PS5 Pro is already put together, well-optimized games, already running on PSSR 2.0 without fake frames, and it gives you a state-of-the-art next-generation gaming controller. $900. You get the graphics card, just the graphics card, for $1,479. You have to buy everything else, the keyboard and the mouse. You're not on our level. And I know that you guys don't like when I say that, but I'm going to keep saying it. You're not on our level. Grand Theft Auto 6 and Wolverine are coming out, and it won't be on PC at launch. You're going to have to watch everybody confirm that you're not on our level. Your favorite live streamers that favor PC, your favorite content creators that favor PC, whether it is Grand Theft Auto that they desire or Wolverine that they desire. Or, again, if you are on that high level of a content creator or an influencer, you're going to have to play both of those games to keep your viewership up, right? That is just something that's going to happen. One game comes out in September and the other one comes out in November. You're going to be playing both of those games, but you won't be playing it on PC. And yeah, I agree. They won't upgrade, but that's why I'm keep saying they're not on our level. Every new PS5 and PS5 Pro owner this year puts the percentage gap higher and higher. That means The more people that own a PS5, that means the less people that owns a PC that's capable of outperforming it. Because the lower level PC fans, and it is a shitload of them, they refuse to upgrade. A lot of them have PCs that are weaker than our normal PS5. They're on PS4 Pro levels or something between PS4 Pro and Xbox Series S, some shit in between that. Maybe around Nintendo Switch. A lot of them lower the resolution to shitty ass levels so they can get high frame rates. They're not doing 1440p at 60 frames like us. They're not doing it. Their games are not well optimized for those weak ass rigs. And again, Epic just showed off Unreal Engine 6. If you're a PC fan right now and you don't want to upgrade, I'm letting you know that the developers, and this is something real, you're going to get mad. I don't really care. I've been telling you guys the truth for a long time. You can take it or leave it. Please make a video and claim that I'm wrong, because I'll be here to come back around and say I told you so, just like I did with the PC ports. A lot of PC fans told me that Sony could not leave them. Sony would always be locked in and forced to continue to put games on PC. I told them that if Sony doesn't see any value, they will pull out. A lot of people don't remember that Sony sold their PC division, Sony Online Entertainment, when they saw that PC wasn't worth it right before the PS4 launched. Look it up. EverQuest, I think EverQuest was theirs. DC Universe Online, that was Sony's. Like, bro, let's really talk about it. If something's not making money for Sony, they pull the fuck out. They don't have no shame doing that. Just want to scroll down and see what these other 4080 Supers are. This one's sold out. It's being sold at $1,489.99 used. This one's this is a 5080, sorry. But that's $1,599. GeForce RTX 4080. Here's the 4080 Super right here. That's $1,525. Here's another 4080 Super. $1,499. Another 4080 Super. This is a cheaper price. This is $1,099. Again, you still have to build a whole PC around it. You still have to get the Windows 11 license for it. It's going to cost you over $100 just for the Windows license alone. Here's another 4080 Super listing. $1,199. Only one more in stock. This 4080 right here is sold out, but it's a used one for $999.99. Here's another 4080 Super for $1,520. Only two more in stock. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Obviously, the PC community isn't going to upgrade, but they have no right to talk about the PS5 Pro being too expensive if it's too expensive for you to upgrade. Like, the PS5 Pro is cheaper than getting a new graphics card and all the other components you need to completely upgrade your gaming PC to be on the level of the graphics card. But you want to inject yourself into the console war and into the chat and talk to us about how expensive it is to get a PS5 Pro. You have absolutely no right. Until these prices come down, you should stay focused on this. Because most of you guys are not on our level. You're not ready for Unreal Engine 6. These are facts. I know they're not going to like it, but they got to deal with it. The whole world's going to be saying the same thing. This summer, the whole world is going to say the same thing. The same thing you're hearing right now, everyone is going to say it. They're going to be saying, I don't need a PC. They're going to be retiring their PC. The only reason content creators and influencers will use their PCs is to stream Grand Theft Auto 6 and Wolverine through them. They're not going to be using them for any other reason. Digital Foundry will be forced to cover Grand Theft Auto 6 on a PlayStation 5 Pro. They will be forced to cover Wolverine on a PS5 Pro. What's going on, Alex? Ah, man, that was a great game. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm glad I supported that game. You guys go ahead to the crypt and check the names. You'll see it. Mandragora. That was a great game. Something was bugged in the game that prevented me from getting the platinum. But I was really close to getting the platinum. I'm trying to remember. Was it? It's not the deluxe edition because I already own the game. I'm trying to remember which version. They had a good amount of ratings, by the way. Oh, they said, what? What the hell are you talking about? I already own the game. Can I review this one? Oh, okay. I didn't buy the deluxe edition, but I got this for. I don't fucking know. I wanted to show off one of my favorite games. Now, I got a platinum for this one. It's called GHOSTWIRE Tokyo. It does have ray tracing. We will be exploring that. I highly recommend it. I think it's about like $12 or $13 right now. It is on sale, a deep sale. The original price is $60 or $70. Okay. Trying to figure out where all the info going at. About to say. Yeah, I got a platinum on this one. Proud platinum of that. 3.1%. Still ultra rare. Loved it. Like 100% loved this. Like really love this. Like this was a great game. Such a beautiful game. Mandragora. I'm currently sitting at 77% for this one. So I got 40 trophies out of 53. And I think there were some tricky trophies, and there were also some trophies here that were bugged. Like these trophies are a little bit different though. These ones are like you gotta beat a certain amount of enemies a certain amount of times. So I think that all of these are obviously these are all doable. These three right here are 60% or above. This one right here is 85%, so I can do that. I just gotta go back and get it. This trophy, unlock all beaster information. I'm at 98% for that one. I don't know what that's all about. I think this was one of the ones that was glitch. Collect all weapons. There's no percentage on that one. And there's some other stuff. Diagrams, like, so there's a lot of collectibles things. But I do remember when Bloodborne did that, I took a nice long break, went back and knocked it out. Game fatigue is real. Now, remember how I told you guys I remember this? There's a video I did where I remembered why I remember that logo. And I had a prediction many years ago when we got that theme on the PS4 and how it would connect to a new show. So let me go. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Here we go. Right here, 6 years ago. 6 years ago, we got a similar theme. It was something about like a player appreciation theme. And it's really important that you guys know this, because whenever we see or get a theme like this, normally we're getting a big showcase. We're going to get like a big showcase or a big news drop, and that's what happened. This was 6 years ago. So
into GDC 2020.
So
themes I will be
it was called right there. It was called PlayStation Player Celebration. Now, from what I'm understanding, and I didn't break this down to you before because I didn't know, but when I posted this, it doesn't have a name, by the way. I don't think you can check the names. I don't know how to check the names. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they have any names. But long story short, this is only available for Pro. This is available for normal PS5 users. This one is available for normal PS5 users. But for some reason, this one's only for Pro. This one is also only for Pro. This is the PS5 Pro circuit board. So yeah, that's only for PS5 Pro. Everything else is for all platforms. But it looks like this one is for PS5 Pro and this one is for PS5 Pro. Nobody knows that they were going to give us this one. It just showed up when they gave us this one and they gave us this one. I wouldn't have known about these two if I wasn't looking for the Uncharted one. So I believe that both dropped at the same time, because when I got the notification, it's right over here, it would have been like a little small blue dot. And you click it, and then you'll see which section has a new, obviously, a new piece of content. But this was the one. And it looks like this. So this is exclusive to PS5 Pros. That's from what people told me that were, you know, when I showed it off on Twitter and they started looking for it, they said they couldn't find it. And then other people that did see it, they only had a PS5 Pro. So that's how I found out that this was exclusive to PS5 Pro. There is a connection with this. This means that we already know now that we're getting the state of play. But this, we did get the themes before the state of play announcement the following day. So that was something that ended up happening. So that was pretty cool. Prince G, you said 5062, bro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're very expensive too. We may go back and check that out, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're very expensive too. You know, if you know, a lot of gaming PC fans, they're not on our level. They don't really care about gaming. They have the perception, or want to give us the perception, that they're on that level, but they're not. So a lot of them are pretending to have PCs that are more powerful than us or than our PlayStation 5s, but they're not on our level. They're not on our level. And again, going back to Mystic's video, if you guys don't mind, we go back to Mystic's video. I just want to go to the UI. PS5. And we got the new UI. When he covered the new UI, that was 2 years ago. But I don't remember when we got the update. So when he covered it, it looked like this. When it finally came out, it wasn't called Explore, it was called Welcome. But I don't remember what the wait time was between that to that. I don't remember when that was. Hopefully it's shorter this time around, but I remember feeling like it took the whole year. It took so long that we had all stopped talking about the UI. The new UI that was shown off was like a month ago. They got accidentally leaked out. And then Mystic covered not the new UI, but a new feature that was going to come to the UI. I can't find it now. But hold on, I'm going to try. He just covered it. Let me just go to his fucking page. Damn, man. There. He covered it 9 days ago. Now, 9 days before he covered it, there was a new UI thing. It was like a month ago. And I'm trying to find it now. There. So this got leaked out and people started talking about the new UI. That was then. And then, so between now 1 month ago to now, I believe 9 days ago, he covered the his UI update that he was given from Sony. There is no beta program for this. Trust me, I checked. I've been a part of all the betas just as long as he has. I've had my PSN account just as long as he has. I'm not seeing any. I've been checking every fucking day. Just like the first time when he talked about we were getting a new UI for the Welcome Hub. I never received the beta code. No one actually ever did an in-depth coverage of the UI of the beta program he claimed that he was in. No other person from the industry, no other media outlets, no one else. That's why it looked so weird the first time he covered the Explore tab that would be called the Welcome tab. And when he covered this video, where like PlayStation's going to add information to how many people are on a game per week, it was just so crazy when you think about it. That it's like, wow, man, he says it's in beta, but nobody really, nobody really is covering it. Nobody's on his level. Dope. But let's go rewatch this real quick.
I do like that you can see.
So, when he was covering his UI, one thing I will say, he did not go up at all. He never went up to check the main UI for the game tab. Now, if he would have went up, we would have seen if he has the entire new UI But looking at the welcome tab, the only thing new that we were able to see is the trending now section and top 10. That was the focus of his coverage, which means the beta was not a beta for everyone. It was a specific beta that Sony gave him. No one else has it. No one else talked about it. No one else covered it. It does not mean it's fake. It just means he got it directly from Sony to break the story. That is big, right? But I guarantee you that if he would have went upwards, he would have displayed the new UI that a lot of other people had shown off, that we had shown off multiple times.
So trending now shows what games and modes saw a big surge in gameplay hours, and then top 10 shows the most popular games based on players that week. And it does show a player count number, which I really like, because this
right here is why Epic is gonna have, like, to be talking about PlayStation. This right here is why Epic's gonna talk about PlayStation when it comes to the Unreal Engine 6. 14.6 million players this week. That's a lot. Whether they're talking about 5 days or they're talking about 7. They're probably talking about 7, but 14 million players in 7 days. That's huge. That's huge. Epic, whether Sony has the amount of money that we know they have invested, we're going to go ask Google real quick, get that number, or not. They're still the best of partners. A lot of people own a PS5 compared to Switch 2 and compared to Xbox Series X. And by that definition, more people get to be shown the Unreal Engine 5 than any of the other platform holders, because more people own a PS5. So, Epic, not in a diabolical or disrespectful way, they owe Sony, and Sony, owes Epic for having an engine so good that it can show off the possibilities and the power of the PS5 on a game-by-game basis. So let's go get that number real quick. How much money has Sony invested into Epic? So Sony has invested $250 million as of July 2020. We remember that one. Another $200 million as of April 2021. And then the biggest one was $1 billion as of April 2022. So every year they invested more and more and more, alongside a matching $1 billion investment from the Lego Group's parent company. These strategic investments have given Sony an estimated minority equity stake of around 5% in Epic Games. Does Microsoft have a similar percentage of stake of equity in Epic Games? They said no. Microsoft does not own any equity stake in Epic Games. While Microsoft and Epic Games maintain a close professional relationship, Microsoft has never made a direct financial investment to acquire shares in the company. So, yeah, with Sony owning roughly 5.4% stake from at least $1.45 billion investment, it makes sense that the PlayStation 5 is going to be, or PS5 Pro is going to be showing off the Unreal Engine 6 or they show it off Unreal Engine 6 and talk about it running on the future hardware of the PlayStation 6 like they did last time. We don't know what system they're going to be using, but obviously, any system they want to use is probably going to be PlayStation. Because PC is an open platform, nobody has actually invested in Epic from them to get marketing out of, out of investing. So, I don't think, if I was to search, has Valve invested anything in Epic? No, I don't think that. So, it's going to be very interesting. Again, like I said, Fortnite, that's by Epic Games. It's running on Unreal Engine 5 right now as well. And it looks and runs great on PS5 Pro. So, these are things that people got to look out for.
Those things where
if this update comes out before Wolverine and before Grand Theft Auto, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna put a lot of things into perspective in the console war, especially when you have people putting out false, unverified information like Alinea Analytics. Which, when this comes out, they're going to have a smaller portion of games that they can talk about. Right now, they're talking about 2 games that are not on PlayStation, which is Forza and Subnautica 2. Subnautica 2 is a $30 game. Forza is available on Game Pass, and a massive amount of codes were given out to content creators and influencers worldwide in order to give the illusion that a lot of people are actually playing the game. Tomorrow will be Monday. The game would have been out for over or across 2 weeks when you consider the early access. If you want to be fair and wait until this Thursday or Friday for it to be an official 7-day week, this week would be the week that they talk about the sales number. We will see. I know most people play the game through Game Pass and will not buy physical, so I don't really expect the UK sales chart to reflect a high amount of people buying the game this week, but who knows? Anything's possible, right? I know that the game's focus is in Japan this time around, so I would expect that what is this here? The Famitsu Famitsu magazine would show off that it sold a lot. These are just my predictions based off of word of mouth hype. But if what I just predicted is proven false, that means that, again, it's more people just talking versus people actually buying. And that is the problem when it comes to Xbox fans begging for exclusives. If you're not really going to put your money where your mouth is, well, stop running your mouth.
It's not really that interesting to look at, but I do like that you can see that.
Again, I want to say one thing. When these numbers came out, Microsoft publishes on their website, among, I think on the app somewhere on Xbox. I might be wrong. Maybe they don't publish it on Xbox, but it's on the website. The weekly player numbers and stuff like that. I think to a degree. I don't know if it's numbers or like the top played game. Now, PlayStation could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They didn't really have to like give you, oh, it's 4.95 million players this week. That right there is crazy. That is game changing because that puts more value on PlayStation than on any of the other consoles. So before a game sells, numbers are given out by any of the third-party firms out here, or let's say a company is ready to give out sales numbers, that number could be reflected to the gamer before any information is given out by any website. That's why this is a big deal. Also, you don't have to again, this is the big picture. This is the big brain moment. I'm going to say this, and then I want you to understand what Sony did. When we get these numbers, we don't have to rely on Steam database. We don't need to worry about the Steam chart and how good it's doing over there. You don't need to put your game on PC to confirm that your game is doing good. If you can give that type of information out to the public, you don't actually need to put it on PC anymore. Sony developed this knowing that they were going to take their games off of PC and be able to show that a lot of people are playing not only their games, but the biggest AAA third-party titles, making, again, their platform more valuable. They do everything for a reason. Everything is connected that has been happening with this UI shit. First, I was just covering the UI because, okay, they cleaned it up. But I already knew that if they cleaned it up, that's not the end of it. They're going to do other things. This is just one of the things that we know about right now. We don't know if they will add any other adjustments to the UI or the welcome tab or anything else. But I also don't believe that Sony's going to allow Microsoft to have any type of a victory lap going into the state of play. They're going to boost even more hype surrounding the state of play for the week before the state of play, which is this week. So we go into Monday all the way to Thursday. Let's just say that. Monday to Thursday. I say that because I'm hearing a massive amount of information on Twitter and seeing things on Twitter. I don't want to spoil anything that indicates that tomorrow it looks like Sony will be talking about something related to Spider-Man or Spider-Man related. And then when we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, that is when gaming news normally drops. If any gaming news is dropping on a Monday tomorrow, even if it's coming from Jason Schreier with a leak or anything, it's going to be massive. I think that if you're a game developer, you want to get any releases out the way, trailers, this is your week. You know, you start pushing from June 2nd to June 7th with, PlayStation State of Play, Xbox's event, Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Show. Like the week after this week and this week, it's great weeks to get your information out. The week after that, after the 7th, you start getting more information out leading up to the 22nd, where that would be the cutoff date since Grand Theft Auto is going to start the marketing push. So I expect the Wolverine pre-orders to open up based off of what we get to see from the state of play. Insomniac said they didn't want to open the pre-orders until they showed us more gameplay. Now, this was one thing that I was like, this is a system seller right here, and a lot of people don't believe me. Different Wolverine outfits. So, the thing here is that one of the best things about Spider-Man was the fact that there were so many outfits that you knew from Wolverine, and it was so fucking dope, right? Like, Spider-Man had a lot of outfits, then, Wolverine, I don't think Wolverine has nearly as much outfits as we believe, but when you look at all the different versions of comic books, if you take all of that, you take the movies outfits, and then you obviously take the cartoon outfits, you could easily get a good, nice 30. If you want to push it and go deeper into the comic book lore, which I know they will, you can get up to 40. But I think it will be lower than Spider-Man at the start. But I do believe the movie ones are going to be the main driving point of nostalgia. And I believe that they will show a few of the best or most wanted suits to confirm that they are in there. The Deadpool and Wolverine suit, which, a lot of people love that suit because finally we got him wearing those colors and a semi comic book accurate suit. There are multiple different versions of the yellow and blue suit. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays in there. Obviously, the jeans and tank top, that's going to be there with the dog tags. You know, the classic Logan motorcycle jacket one. The first X-Men movie one, that has to be in there. You know, Days from Future Past suit does not have to be in there. But they can add it in there if they want. But it doesn't have to be in there. It will be very interesting to see how they do this. And it'll also be interesting to see how they can, or it's not how they can, but if and when and how they branch the story from Wolverine to go into X-Men. From what I know, they have the contract to do an X-Men video game, and that is in the future. From what we saw, I don't know if that if anything has changed, but I don't think that Marvel wants to tap anybody else for a straight line of Marvel games than Insomniac. Right now, they've allowed Insomniac to do Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man 1 and 2. Now they're giving them Wolverine. Again, the craziest thing about Sony getting this getting this locked down is these are two of the most popular Marvel characters. Spider-Man and Wolverine are the most popular characters. Not only are they popular in a comic book sense, but when it comes to their movies, they're popular. So again, you add all those suits there, that just brings a lot of nostalgia. Even when it came to the PC community, they didn't have a lot to mod because so many suits were already available. And in Spider-Man 2, you have different color variations. Something that they started to add in Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart. So I do expect that when we do get to play Wolverine and we do unlock these different suits, they will have different color combinations that you can add to play with whatever color you want. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait to play it. It's going to drive a lot of sales. And yes, just them adding the right outfits, just them adding the right amount of detail to the claws and things like that will make people get off their ass and spend $900. Talk to the comic book fans that spend over $1,000 on statues. If they don't own a PS5 and they want to play Wolverine, they will spend over $1,000 to get it done. That will happen. I mean, we could say the same thing. People are like, oh, well, if Grand Theft Auto 6 is $80, I'm not going to buy it. The same individuals that buy Madden and Call of Duty every year at $70, you have a problem with a game that doesn't come along multiple years in a row, and it's going to be $80? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, oh, I don't want to get a PS5, but you spend over $900 in a single month on tennis shoes, or, you know, I got Pokemon cards I got to unbox and I still haven't. I need to do that before they depreciate. Don't worry. The cool thing about that is I have the thumbnail. I just have to record the video. Maybe I can get it out the way on Wednesday. I keep saying so, but I do need to do it before everything switches over to Grand Theft. But long story short, there's people that buy Pokemon cards. I know some people that brought Pokemon cards. They got me on it. I'm not like buying a lot. I just brought whenever I could find some, and I just want to see if any of them are worth anything. So when I do my unboxings, I'm not doing it from a place of people, of somebody that knows the value. I'm doing it from a place of somebody that has absolutely no idea what the value is, and hoping that I get a valuable card, and see if I can sell it for some money to, I don't know what the fuck I want. I have everything I want. Maybe sell that shit and get a PlayStation Vita. Or get a Vita TV so I can get some Vita footage up for you guys, or get a Switch 2 for Star Fox. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it'll definitely go to more content for the channel. That's I'll be raising money for more content for the channel. Yeah, man. I feel like this right here is going to be a massive driver. The new suit that they showed off in the trailer looks great. I don't remember seeing any other suits. I didn't remember seeing any suits that were related to any movies or comic books. I saw their take on the classic yellow and blue, but I did not see anything else. again, they've evolved, as you can see. You know, they've evolved the Wolverine suits over time. I did see one of my favorite types of suits, which is the yellow and brown. Why? Because the yellow and brown suit is like his classic suit, and it looks so good. I don't know why I started getting into it, but the yellow and brown suit looks so good. Wolverine, God of War, graphic designer. No. Wolverine, God of War, art director. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. Yeah, because it was like, so there was a Wolverine art that the God of War art director had did, and I'm not seeing it here, so that's perfectly fine. I'll just go get the image right now off my phone. But he did such a good version of Wolverine, and I just hope his version is in there. Although they might not, they might have their own version. Well, actually, I saw some leaks. I did see some leaks that there might be a completely different version. So I'm just gonna go get it from Bing real quick. But let's go take a look at the trailer real quick. And we'll look at the latest one. Wolverine. Wolverine, God of War art director. There we go. So the last gameplay we got was 8 months ago, and it was 12. It's sitting at 12 million views. I think that people need to really understand that is massive. It's nowhere near Grand Theft Auto, but this is a massive driver. You know, even if you want to cut that 12 million in half to 6 million, that's 6 million that probably is going to be dedicated to picking up that game. You want to cut that 6 million in half to 3 million. That means it hits 3 million at least in a day or in that single weekend. Again, this is really good. Everybody loves Wolverine. There's absolutely no reason for them not to buy Wolverine. They're going to be buying it for the nostalgia. They're going to be buying it for the IP. They're buying it for the character. They're buying it for the possibility of seeing and playing the game with their favorite suits on. And everything in between. And Insomniac has done a really good job when it comes to gameplay. Story, not so much. So they need to do much better when it comes to story. Stay away from the social justice bull stuff, and you know, like, don't do anything that would make people not buy your game. You know, don't do that. Like, do the things that would make people want to buy your game. Okay, so I'm almost done. Let me go get this other picture from the art director of God of War. I believe God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, and then he either took a break or left the studio. But he was great. What he did. His name is Raf. R-A-F. He did a lot of other, like, different characters and stuff. So I will have to say that, like, he did a lot of different characters, like different X-Men, different, like, Ninja Turtles. He did one for Star Fox. And his Star Fox one, which is really, when you look at it, the Star Fox looks exactly like the Star Fox that's, you know, from the new one. Like, he did the Star Fox, and it looked like it's based on the new one right now. which is fucking crazy when you think about it. I'll get the image for you. That one's not good. I want to get a good image. Yeah, but the dude did really, really good. He's a really good guy. He does really good artwork. He did Mario too. I'm just gonna go get these images up. I'm sending these over to another account. Let's go watch this real quick. See if we catch anything. Like I said, they got a version of the blue and yellow. Or the yellow and blue.
Fighting longer than I can remember.
Fucking Wolverine, man. They really wanted to show off the combat. So that must have been something like they were like, hey, we don't want to sell you get this game before you look at the combat. So obviously they know there's a possibility that the PC community will try to devalue the game by showing off unfinished combat. So they wanted to show off the combat. But this combat right here that I'm seeing right here reminds me of the old Wolverine games that I love so much. And also the fighting from Marvel vs. Capcom, as well as the other Wolverine from Wolverine Origins. And what that tells me is that, first of all, they care about the combat. They're not going to make it their own. They're going to make it feel like you're Wolverine. And second of all, they know what the fans want. They know how people play Wolverine when it comes to a video game, or it's no video game, or even a fighting game. He's fast. He's a lot faster than I thought they were going to make him. So that's really good to see. Seeing familiar faces, Omega Red, Mystique. Like, I mean, if they had Deadpool in this, if you like Easter eggs for different X-Men, it's just like, bro, like the possibilities and how they open up this universe is going to be really fucking dope. So this is Mystique. Yup. They gave her somewhat shape, what we don't know. Oh, how much. But, completely different type of outfit. Very military.
Cause I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
I like their version. You know, that this one's more like just a yellow and black. But I didn't see, in this whole trailer, I not once saw any suit that was based or the one of the suits that was in any of the movies or video games. I know they want to save that for a grand stage. They want to save that for a place where the majority of people are going to see and the majority of people are going to talk. And it's really good and strategic of Insomniac as well as PlayStation to wait for the state of play to show off that, because it will carry far and wide why you should get a PlayStation, to see that this Wolverine wearing the movie suits, the comic book accurate suits. It's just gonna, I can't wait, bro. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Like in like any dialogue where he has with Deadpool or remembering Deadpool, like in the game, that will go crazy with people. It's just gonna like that. This is going to be fire. The possibilities are not crazy. You know, I think they're very tame. Because I know that they've done it before. Especially with the Spider-Man 2018, where there was like 3 DLCs and they introduced different characters. among those DLCs to expand the story so that you could go into part 2 with not just a basic story, but additional things, new characters and developments on characters that you met during the main story were being developed in the DLC, like Miles Morales. And so that, you know, they could bring that game out and you would already know the character from their story and how far along he is when it comes to his spider training. And they just did a really good job with connecting the games with the DLC and the DLC with a new game and character development, story development. They did a really good job. I know that they have it in them, but they got to stop listening to, you know, any of the stuff that they know people do not want in video games. I know that people don't want me to talk about that. I don't care. I have more than enough proof that when you do put that stuff in video games, or if anybody even thinks it's in a video game, it condemns the game. I think that there are lots of games that the gameplay speaks louder than the story, but the story still can have some sort of an impact on the game overall and your memory of the game. The story should be good enough that it's long lasting. Similar to the very first Last of Us game. The story was so good that people remembered it for so many years. Part 2, people wanted to forget the story. You don't want fans to do that. So, this is just a message to all developers, big or small. You know, you want the money, make the type of stories you know that fans want, not the type of stories you want. You know, the money is gonna almost always be there, but if you do something that the fans don't want, they will not give you money. I can't tell you how many games have flopped because of that. So it is what it is. I am also noticing that I don't know if this is the final cover. And I'm only saying that because there is some sketchiness here, like literally like it was sketched. And that is why I think that Insomniac wants to show us more gameplay before they open the pre-orders, because this isn't the final artwork. I could be wrong, but this looks like it's like, hey, in development. That's what it screams, like in development. Not that they're gonna delay it or anything, but it's like, hey, this is a work in progress box art. This is not the final box art. So that's pretty cool. Again, if it is the final box art, that's cool too. But it kind of looks like it's a work in progress box art. Part 2 did not have a good story. I don't know if are you talking about Last of Us Part 2? I think Last of Us Part 2 story was good up until a certain point, and it dragged on, and it was shit that you just didn't care about. There are lots of things that they added to the story that just really, I'm gonna be honest, it didn't really need. They went in the direction that they wanted to go in. They didn't go in the direction that gamers wanted them to go in. Eventually, like, remember when developers used to make games for us? They used to make stories that they knew we would like or thought we would like. Like, there was a point in time between 2020 and 2026 where developers' games reflected what they wanted to talk to us about when it comes to narrative and story. And it was stuff that was very detached from what we gave a fuck about. You know? We play games to escape the bullshit in the real world. We don't want to buy a game to hear more of the bullshit that we don't want to fucking see in the real world or hear about in the real world. So again, you know, this is a gamer that has seen a lot of games get boycotted successfully. Just because of an art style or just a rumor that your game was woke. Some of them definitely were. But it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. You know, this game out. I think that Wolverine, that motherfucker's enough to carry it. But again, if you got characters in the game that are females, do not go out of your way to like check a box and make them look ugly. You can go on Instagram, you can go on Twitter and Twitch. You see some beautiful females. You do not have to keep making females look ugly. It is pretty obvious that they're purposely doing it, because when you look at China, Japan, Korea, all the games that are coming from those territories, the women are gorgeous. So it puts a big spotlight on games coming from developers from the United States that are purposely making women look ugly. This is no longer a conspiracy. It is a fact. I don't know why they do it, but it is something that they do. Hey, that's your opinion, man. I'm not going to fight your opinion. But a lot of people had a problem with it. I'm not going to sit up here and say all the people and the massive amounts of people that had a problem with it are wrong. That's not my identity. I don't go with the grain. I look at things logically. I look at the realism in it. You can only defend something so much before you look silly. And then you have to defend yourself on why you took that stance. So I'd rather not be in that position. So I played The Last of Us Part 1. Played The Last of Us Part 2. Got platinums in both of those. The remake of Part 1. Enjoyed the story. Enjoyed the original story. Part 2, again, I don't think the story was bad. The revenge story, I don't think that was bad. Obviously, Joel did things that were going to catch up to him. That's not a problem. Him dying, that's not a problem. They explained why. That's not a problem. When you think about, he killed the father of Abby, and Abby came back and killed him out of revenge. Everything about that makes sense. It's towards the end, a drawn out epilogue. Like, you could have made that DLC. Just easy as that. You could have made it DLC, had a much smoother ending, and just made that shit DLC. What was it? Dina. Ellie had a relationship with Dina, but Dina was sleeping with the other boy, so she was pregnant with the boy's baby, and then the boy got killed towards the end. So then Dina and Ellie were already messing around, just got together, and then they raised the baby together. There was a narrative there. And that was what they decided to do. That is something that they were going to be remembered for. If I'm not mistaken, The Last of Us TV show, that the second season that was based on Part 2, it had a worse reaction from the fans and viewers. They just was like not on it. And they changed a lot of things for the worse. The actress they decided to go with was a very dumb choice. Everybody can agree with that. So it's all right to call people out for doing stupid things. They're not going to learn. Like, for over 10 years, I told Sony to, putting games on PC isn't going to help us. I told you guys that putting games on PC wasn't going to help us. There were PlayStation gamers in the PlayStation Legion. There were PlayStation gamers in my chat that were telling me to shut up. They were telling me to be okay with it and say, hey, Jay, don't worry about it. They're going to make a lot of money. I was like, bro, I'm not going to change my stance. If I change my stance on what I believe every time because someone in the chat or somebody in my group disagrees with me, I'm not going to have a soul. And I have a really, really nice soul. So I'm not going to fuck that up, right? So, Everybody's entitled to their opinions. And a lot of people with their opinions can be 100% wrong. A lot of people had opinions about games going to PC and how it was going to help us, the PlayStation gamer. And guess what? They were wrong. So you can have an opinion. It can be wrong. And you have to understand that. I've been around for a very long time in the gaming community, in the gaming industry. And I know what works and I know what doesn't. So I see a massive community within the gaming community that is anti-woke, and they will mobilize in huge numbers to essentially kill a game or a developer. Not literally, but you know, with negative takes and stuff like that. That does not help. You know, the good thing is that Sony moved away from the original place where those individuals hide at, which is within the PC community. So it's a good thing that those types of games are no longer going to PC. Obviously Wolverine as well, and Sorrows. So we can actually play the game and see for ourselves. I didn't get to the ending of the game yet, but I already saw some clips online. And when it came to Sorrows, what they're doing online, or what they were attempting to do online with within the PC community and the anti-woke community, they were like, hey, well, you know, Sorrows is woke and this happens here and this happens there. And then, you know, there were only a few people at the time that early on that beat the game. You know, days later, weeks later, we found out that people had beat the game and they showed more of the cutscenes and stuff like that. And I already knew the story was between a man and a woman. You know, if you already saw all the gameplay trailers and stuff like that before the game came out, you knew it was a husband, you know, trying to save his wife. So I saw this painting in a new portion of the story, and I see, you know, I think his name's Oz. I think I'm getting his name wrong. The main, let's just say the main character. I see him, and it seems to be his wife on the beach. So I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, this is about a lesbian story. This is what they were saying. This is not me. This is what they were saying. It's about a lesbian story. The game is woke, blah, 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 blah. The cool thing about this is they don't own the game. They have no access to the game. They didn't play the game. They don't know shit about the story. They spread that information around because they were salty that they didn't get the game day one. But if you play the game, you will see that that's bullshit. When I beat the game, I will have tons of gameplay footage, and I will go hunt down each and every one of these weirdo trolls that ran around with a false narrative. That's how you fight it. You can't do that with The Last of Us. You cannot do that with The Last of Us. If they say that the story is about two lesbians that fall in love at the end and raise a baby by themselves together, that is what the story is, because that is how the story ended. You can't defend that. What you can say is Last of Us has some of the best gameplay. You can say The Last of Us has some of the best visuals. That's what you can say. You can say that the revenge arc was justified. You can say that what Joel did was wrong and he was gonna get got. You know? If you've ever seen the story of John Wick, you know, like if you take something from somebody else, you better make sure you kill that person, or that person's gonna come back and try to get you. That was the whole premise from John Wick. I look at the Abby story and her, you know, doing her military training and getting big enough and mature enough that one day she could get revenge for her father. I feel like that's justified. I think it makes perfect sense in the story context. It may be your favorite character that is no longer playable, right? But I don't believe that was a bad part of the story. I think the bad part of the story came towards the end of the game. Not at the beginning, not in the middle. Yeah, the second season was definitely horrible. Everybody knows that. I didn't even watch the second half of the first season. I just, again, they went out of their way to hire an actress that looked nothing like Ellie. And they did it. You can fucking argue with me all fucking day. They did it for DEI reasons. I don't agree with that. There are tons of actresses. You could have hired 3 for different ages of her. There are tons of actresses or use CGI or use makeup that looked like Ellie. You did not need to go with an award-winning actress that looks nothing like Ellie to check a box. You didn't need to do that, but they did it. They went out of their way to do that. True. But most of the anti-woke crowd is on PC as well. I saw their rise, and I see where they operate. But yeah, this is a dope-ass game, man. Fucking great game. Gameplay is satisfying as fuck. But yeah, I can't wait to see Wolverine. I can't wait to see what those new outfits look like. And obviously, I expect all types of his attacks to be in the game from any of the comic books or any of the fighting games. That's going to be so dope. Again, you have to realize how, like, the movies are going to play a role in people wanting to buy a PlayStation. You know, you have the Doomsday movie coming out, and then you have the Marvel Tokon fighting game that has Doomsday, it has Wolverine, it has Spider-Man. Like on console, there's only one place where you can play that fighting game, the Wolverine video game, Grand Theft Auto 6, and Spider-Man 1 and 2, and Miles Morales. There's only one console where you can play all of those games this year, and that is the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro. Like, that right there is what we're talking about. You know, if you're a PC dude, you can say this or that is what, I don't give a fuck. You're missing out on a plethora of games that are not on your platform. Right. And then again, I'm just talking from what we know right now before the state of play. After the state of play, it's going to get worse for you as a PC gamer. Like, it's not going to get any better. Yeah, it's not going to get any better for you as a PC fan. My save data is still here, so I'm going to get back on GHOSTWIRE. So I'm going to walk around, or try to, walk around portions of Tokyo. I haven't played this game in years, and when I did play the game, the Pro didn't exist yet. And also the PSSR 2.0 didn't exist yet. So it's going to be very interesting to see how my experiences with the PS5 Pro and PSSR 2.0. Now, I know I have the Elgato holding me back, but after this stream, I will be playing this game without the Elgato holding me back to capture screenshots and stuff like that. Oh, okay, okay. Fuck.
I can feel the power.
Fire Elemental Charge Rush. You are now able to use Fire Elemental Charge Rush. This attack will use your fire ether to create a jet of flames to attack nearby enemies. Hit by flames will take damage. Enemies hit by flames will take damage, and prolonged exposure will cause them to catch fire. Hold L2 until charging is complete, and then R3 to activate. Okay. Water element. Wind element. Jeez.
Let's burn him to the ground. Ready to roll.
Damn. Okay. Okay. I had a lot of skill points, right? $15 out of 0. I don't have any skill points. I need to go and get some skill points. Okay, got my outfit on. Let me see. No. This outfit looks dope though. I think I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with this outfit. Oh, okay. I didn't know I could do that. Ah. There we go. Oh, and these are like different suits. Oh, wow. How many suits I got? Looks like I got the Fallout suit, because this was made by a studio that used to be owned by Bethesda. Schoolboy suit. This is a pretty cool suit. That's okay. Obviously, it's a lot of things that I now have. A sushi suit. Very funny game. Okay, so we're looking good. We're good. So this again, this is an older game. Yeah. Yeah, this is an older game, but it was highly detailed. I think it was using Unreal, but I could be wrong. I know that it has ray tracing, so that's why I wanted to come back on here. So I know it normally would be like demons and shit running around here. But I also know I got a platinum on this game. So I don't know if they respawned or anything. Is that a dog? I don't really need this dog food anyway.
You better be grateful.
Ah, that's right. It speaks through the controller. Okay, I was like, bro, where's the melee attack? I'm hearing some static in my ear. I got a burger place, the Boo Boo Burger. So I'm still in the original city. And also I'm gonna move this. What the hell is that? Oh, don't go that far. Can I not climb up here? I forgot how you fly too, like. Oh yeah, it's a lot of these guys. There's a lot of dogs in the street. Where? Who's where? I don't see nobody. They say somebody is near me. Who? Oh shit, it's this bitch.
Got one down.
Where you at? Fuck out of here, Rich.
Feel a little tougher than before.
Oh, I leveled up off of her?
Now's a
Shit.
good time to try learning some new moves. Gotten a lot stronger.
Yeah, that's right. I could go into the daggone corner stores and shit and look at all the real Japanese food that surprisingly looked, well, obviously it's real, but it looked really, really good, man. I was really impressed with the. I kind of really wish that somebody would attack me, but they don't want to attack me no more. I'm gonna go up to the roof and see if these fucking birds want to do something, start something. God damn, it's taking me forever to get up here. I heard somebody speaking in Japanese about me. What the fuck is that about? Oh, that's probably coming from the corner store.
Stay sharp. Something's here.
Is it camouflage?
Bitch.
No. It's here somewhere.
Hey, you fucking bitch. Where you at? I can't see you. Yeah, that hurt.
Let's use spectral vision to see its trail.
How you fucking do that? I've never fought that fucker before. I haven't played this game in a while, so I don't know how to catch items in midair. Oh, fucking bitch. Fucking bitch. Fat fucker.
And stay down.
That's definitely a new enemy. Okay, so Okay. That means there's something evil around here. Let me take this bag. I know, you fucking bitch. I hear you. Oh, fuck. Oh. Wow. Ah, you fucking suck. Okay, I'm getting fucking lit the fuck up, bitch. Give me that. You about to get fucked up, buddy. Give me your soul. I'm just gonna mess around with the fire, but some of them are fire related. That was a lot tougher than I remember. Yeah, there's that ray tracing. But it's there. It's like when you put your head down, you don't see that shit. You raise your head up, that's when you see that shit. I don't know why it's like that, but it is like that. But it's here, and it is in 60. I believe so. Let's go check that out. I should also save my fucking game too. Okay, performance mode, HDR quality mode, HDR performance, what is that? HFR performance mode. What's this? Blah, 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 blah. HFR frame rate mode, a mode with a uncapped frame rate and tweaks to graphics quality that allow for a even higher frame rate experience on monitors that do not have VRR. So I can't click this one. Oh, they do. I ain't gonna lie. They definitely added a lot of fucking modes here, but all I can do is normal quality mode. Yeah, that's all I can do. But I'm pretty sure Pro is making this shit look really, really good.
Huh? What's that?
I see you, bitch. I'm probably gonna die, but... Oh, what is that?
It's like a snake.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's creepy.
Where the fuck you come?
Let him have it.
Bitch, are you running? Did I do it? You know what? I don't remember them motherfuckers. I'm gonna be honest. That's right, I do have a bow.
I saw Necomata in a convenience store once, a long time ago.
Maybe it was just waiting for its chance to take over the place.
Maybe they want to take over human society.
Possible.
Spooky as shit around here, but I think I know why. I think there is. Everything's going haywire over here, so that means there's something behind there.
Hey, take some.
I got like 100 things of dog food.
We're all in this together.
Nothing out here but dogs, cats, yokai, and monsters. Guess dogs aren't so bad, considering.
Oh, there you go. How am I missing? Oh my fucking. Headshot. Oh, not you, bitch. I was about to say, how the fuck am I missing all my fucking headshots? Look at that. It's a bitch over there. This looks like a setup. This game was very underrated. And it did come to PlayStation first, and that's cool. But when it went to Xbox, they didn't even touch that shit. They did not touch this shit, man. This was a great fucking game right here. I can't wait to see how it handles. But yeah, it's an older game, so it looks good. Obviously, it's at nighttime most of the it's at nighttime and it's raining most of the time. So it looks really good. It's a nice take on Japan, Tokyo. I think it's probably very, very accurate. Yeah. But it's nothing but demons, you know, hanging around, and then dogs and cats and stuff. And that's it. And it's you. Something absorbing them all. That's pretty much a classic story. But I had to support this game, pick it up. I mean, I already beat it on Plus, but it was like, what, $12.50? It's an enjoyable platinum. A very enjoyable platinum. Like, Soros, I'm currently doing much better on Soros. I got 37% so far. It seems to be a very enjoyable game. You know, it's not as, I'll say it's not as stressful as the other one, but still very stressful because there's always danger around. They're always like covering the space with things you have to avoid. So yeah, it's dope. But yeah, man, I just want to talk to you guys about that. Be mindful of tomorrow. There's probably gonna be some PlayStation related or Sony related stuff going on tomorrow. I think it's gonna be Spider-Man. Going forward the rest of the week, I would assume that PlayStation does things that get us closer to the hype of State of Play. Normally on the 28th or the 29th, Sony either announces or starts the days of play. So I think that's one of the big things that are going to happen. So the 25th is Monday, then the 26th is Tuesday. I'm off on the 27th. So we'll see what happens Wednesday and Thursday. But that commercial I told you guys about, they did it. That PlayStation Pro commercial I told you about, they shortened it up, and they are now using it as the major marketing going forward. at least for the season of the spring going into summer, and quite possibly the entire summer. Once Grand Theft Auto starts the marketing, they'll probably team up with Rockstar, start some unique marketing for PS5 and PS5 Pro. Same thing could be said with Wolverine being added into that. Right here, just, with this one that we talked about, they're only showing some of the older games, but still looking good. Like Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Last of Us Part 2, God of War. They didn't show Spider-Man. They got Ghost of Yotai in there. Soccer. Nice magic. So again, Spider-Man wasn't in there, Wolverine wasn't in there, Saros wasn't in there, Helldivers 2, which is really good for multiplayer, that wasn't in there. Again, it looks like their focus, as Jason Schreier said, their focus is on story-driven single-player games. That commercial confirms it. We reviewed it earlier last week, but that does confirm that they are they're not going to be pushing too hard on multiplayer anymore going forward. And I would assume that the majority of games that we're going to be seeing from the State of Play will be single-player in nature, especially if they're coming from them. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. I am fucking ready. I did not get to play the Horizon Hunters Gathering this weekend because I didn't get a code. I did check both of my emails. I got no code, so that's cool. I guess I have to wait for it to go open. It is a game that it is on PC day and date, and from what I understand, within the majority of the PC community, they don't care about the game, and they are planning on boycotting it by not playing it, whether it goes open beta or whether it is free to play. That is just what I'm hearing. I really wish Sony would look at that type of information and just, not even bother with that community, even when it comes to multiplayer titles. Just completely abandon PC. Starve them of any of your content, good or bad. Just starve them of everything. Man, shit about to get real for real. Shit is really about to get real. Oh, you're on the final boss for Saros. Okay, dope. Yeah, Sword Art Online. I can't wait for Sword Art. You know what's crazy? There was a video from PlayStation from Sword Art Online this week, and I didn't even watch it because, again, there's just so much other things going on and to talk about, and I didn't even get around to watching it. So I'm going to get around to it today. And this is also running on Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine 5.
Welcome to your new life. Please enter your name and begin creating.
I hope they show up. Oh, wow. They got jiggle physics? They got big ass jiggle physics. God damn. Let's see what we got. We do seem to have a short haircut, shape up down the bottom right there. I think what they are gonna probably either end up doing or wanting to do, or they normally do, is to release some sort of a a demo for character creation. Maybe a portion of it has some gameplay you can play. But this game is really good. They're doing a really good job, right? But there's so many things that are going to make you ignore this game and forget that it even exists. The beginning of the marketing for Grand Theft Auto will be in June, going into July. This game comes out at the end of July. The only thing people going to be talking about between the end of June and the beginning of July is Grand Theft Auto 6. Then any and all announcements from State of Play and the hype and excitement behind those announcements will make you forget this exists. Bro, like if I was them, I hope that I got like 50 million to get some marketing just so I can be fucking seen or remembered. It has nothing to do with the game being bad. I think this would be the best Sword Art Online game we've ever gotten. But will people know it exists with the behemoth known as Grand Theft Auto? Like, I don't know, man. That right there, that shit is crazy. Like, every now and then I forget that Fable is even coming out because there's just so much shit going on, man.
Options to create your preferred look.
That's crazy.
Hairstyle, skin tone, and body type.
They still went with the fucking default character.
The floating castle of Aincrad. Aincrad is an immense realm of breathtaking
Oh, that looks
beauty.
beautiful.
To advance your conquest efficiently.
Hold on. Hold on. I fucking knew it. Why did they send PlayStation a 1080p video? They should have sent PlayStation a 4K video. I knew something was off. This is a 1080p 60. They should have sent them a 4K 60.
That you uncover. By activating.
So I'm probably not gonna watch this. Yeah, I'm not watching this. I'm gonna go over to Namco Bandai. They should, bro, what the fuck were they thinking? Why did they send Sony a 1080p video, bro? Let me go check and see if Namco did one. I can also confirm the lead guy behind the Tekken games. He did make his way to the United States, and he did go to the Waffle House because a lot of people online kept talking about they want the Waffle House as a fighting area, and so he went to the Waffle House. That is something that's confirmed. He did go to the Waffle House. He ate at the Waffle House. There were no fights there, but he did say that he wanted to go back to the Waffle House at nighttime. Okay, so Namco Bandai Namco. I don't know why I call them Bandai Namco. The original video is still at 1080p 60. I don't really want to watch it at 1080p 60 because I know the game looks way better than that. I've seen the game running at 4K 60 on IGN's first preview, which was actually very good, and I don't like IGN. Watching it at 1080p 60 is not good for the quality of the game. Like, what the fuck? No, I can't do that. Because I know the game looks way better than that. I can't do that. I'm going to show y'all how the game actually looks. That's crazy, bro. Where's the echoes of Minecraft? Sorry, that's my fault. There it is. The subtitle is Sword Art Online, which I don't know why they wanted to do that. These are the real visuals of the game. Like, the game actually looks really good. Why they decided to show the game off at 1080p 60 is beyond me. Like, I've seen, like, this is how the game fucking looks. The game looks really good. Again, it's running on Unreal Engine 5, and it looks like it's straight out of the fucking anime. It looks really fucking good. I hate when developers post videos and they're not at the original resolution. They gotta do better, bro. They have confirmed that this game will be Pro enhanced, which I think it's confirmed. It's not confirmed right here. It just has a controller shit. But it was confirmed by the developer that they're gonna enhance it with PS5 Pro. I'm probably only gonna get the standard version. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to play the game. I want to play a lot of it, but it really is up to all that's going on this summer. So it is what it is. I didn't see it. Yeah, it looks just like the anime. Yeah. So yeah. The Street Fighter, not the Street Fighter guy, the Tekken guy. He went to the Waffle House because everybody online kept saying that they want that as a fighting arena. So I think they've done that when it came to. I want to watch this again. I think they've done that when it came to some mods. Tekken 8 Waffle House. Yeah. Yeah, so the director responded 2 years ago about it. And then you know, there's some more things last year that people talked about. And at this point in time, like just earlier today, I saw that he was actually at the Waffle House. Now, he's probably in the United States because the Jeff Keighley event is coming up. PlayStation State of Play is coming up. No, I don't know, you know, what character is going to be in there. But yeah, he's in the United States right now. You know. Yeah, so like everybody is making.
He didn't understand why Waffle House and Tekken was being associated with one another, and he asked the people to explain it. And once they did explain it, he said he will go and ask them, but you got to keep in mind that if they say no, it won't happen. Now, a little bit later, he came back to us and said, if we can't get the house rights, what if we made it a hustle house? So what if we did like a knockoff Waffle House? And he was asking people to give different type of names. I just show you guys these tweets to show you that like when players are requesting these things and it's not happening, it's not like Harada isn't trying to do it just because he's not doing it. The companies are saying no. They're saying no to giving him the character, the IP, whatever. He didn't understand why Waffle House and Tekken was being
interesting. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I feel like at this point in time,
so Tekken players have been asked,
they will get the Waffle House in the game.
It does for a...
And I don't see why the Waffle House wouldn't say yes outside of the reception that the Waffle House is a place where people fight all the time. And I know that looks bad. However, you know, I think it's fun. I think it could be fun. I think it could be some good promotion. You know, not to go there and fight, but you know, I think it could be good promotion. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen no fucking Waffle House. Not over here in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. I've never seen a Waffle House. Right? I've only seen them in pictures and videos online, but I've never been to a Waffle House. It looks kind of standard, like a breakfast space, and They didn't really do a lot with the logo. It just says Waffle House. If I was Waffle House, I'd say fucking yeah, man. That's some good promotion. Like, I don't know if they want to fight inside the establishment or fight outside the establishment and have the establishment in the background. But I think it's hilarious that it's even gotten this far. That the developer came to America and actually ate at the Waffle House. He actually has some chicken and waffles at the Waffle House. It's crazy. I love the internet. I love I love how quick things move. You know, like that. Again, that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about Wolverine, you know, and Grand Theft Auto. Like, it sells itself. You know what I'm saying? That third trailer comes out, people gonna go crazy. Pre-orders open, people gonna go crazy. The game comes out. It's just a massive amounts of memes, massive amounts of TikToks and YouTube shorts, and just so much could be made out of the smallest thing. People made lies and rumors and fake AI images about Grand Theft Auto being leaked and shit when it wasn't. And if they are that thirsty for that, wait until the game comes out. Like, I need the game to come out so those types of people can no longer be around. You know, that's what I want. Okay, guys. Well, it's 11 o'clock and I do have work early in the morning, so I'm actually going to finish my Mario movie. I got to, like, past the halfway point, and the Bowser's Jr. Was looking for some weapons, and he had a weapon wall that came out of the ground or whatever, out of the spaceship. And when he looked at this weapon wall, it was like, there was the vacuum cleaner from Luigi's Mansion. There was the water backpack from Mario Sunshine. There was 2 boomerangs, blue and red, I think from Zelda. The bomb from Zelda, which they hid with the other 3 types of bombs. It was really crazy to see so many Easter eggs. There was an Excitebike Easter egg in the room. The Super NES and NES is also there. I love this fucking movie. The Star Fox shit really took me out. Like, I've seen small clips about it, but seeing the whole scene, that was so fucking cool. I'm loving the movie so far. I'm like more than halfway through. After I finish that, I'm going to go watch The Boys finale and finish that up. Because there's so many spoilers flying around and I'm attempting to dodge them, and I just need to get that movie out the way. But yeah, I want to say thank you for everybody that came out. I'm going to try to get around to the timestamps, but I won't be getting to them tonight. It'll be probably tomorrow. So I'll do that. I'm going to try to get on that. Thank you guys. And I know that the Xbox fans and PC fans are very noisy off the backs of Forza, but what you're waiting for is the sales. If Forza did what people said it was going to do, then Monday, or between Monday and Friday, Microsoft and Asher Sharma and Aaron Greenberg will come out and confirm that the game has sold 5 million copies. If we don't get that confirmation this week, it's all noise. And again, I don't think Sony's going to sit by and let them do a victory lap this entire week. So I said it before on a Sunday show, and I'm saying it now on this episode of Let's Chat, Let's Talk. Sony has something for that ass. Sony is not just going to sit back and let them do what they do. I'm telling you right now. I'm letting you guys know. Sony has something for them. So, I am a little interested as to when Nintendo is going to announce their Nintendo Direct, because everybody is going and having their event during the first week of June, and I haven't heard Nintendo say a damn thing. So it'll be a little interesting to see when they want to go. But when it comes to Nintendo Switch, it looks like it's absolutely no reason to pick that damn system up this year. When we're looking at games like Wolverine and Grand Theft Auto and Soros and any and all the games that are going to be announced or shown off at the State of Play. Like, the Switch 2 looks more and more like a bad investment the farther we get into this year. Especially with the teaser of Unreal Engine 6. It's just not looking good for them. Okay, everybody. I'll see you guys